moving forward as, renewed allies and a united front. But President Trump, as we see pretty much in real time, I think this was about 10 minutes ago, his communications advisor in the White House posted this 40-second clip of him still saying and wanting Canada to become the 51st state.
Look, what I'd like to see Canada become our 51st state. We give them protection, military protection. We don't need them to build our cars. I'd rather see Detroit or South Carolina or any one of our Tennessee, any one of our states build the cars. They could do it very easily. We don't need them for the cars. We don't need them for lumber. We don't need them for anything. We don't need them for energy. We have more energy than they do. We don't need them for energy.
You don't.
So I say, why are we doing this? Why are we willing to lose between $100 billion and $200 billion a year? We don't need them. As a state, it's different. Look.
I don't know. I think that Trump also sees a vast resource land here in Canada, and he's definitely downplaying the amount that Americans, as you've already pointed out, Sheila, the amount of oil and gas that Americans do rely on. And I think he sees that we are just a vast land of pretty much untouched natural resources. And so Trump is a businessman. He's thinking about this from a purely business, monetary, what is best to capitalize on Canada as a country. And so, I take that 51st state with a massive grain of salt. I'm not saying that, hey, we can't have a conversation of how the countries can work together and build a more robust, united front, maybe, a North American strategy between, and that was supposed to be kind of the whole point of the USMCA, that trade deal that was negotiated back in 2020. And so I think that there is definitely a lot of space there to have renewed discussion and build that relationship back to where it was. But this nonsense of hitting back with dollar for dollar tariffs and escalating these tensions is not it. This is not a Team Canada approach, no matter how many times they try to throw that verbiage out there. This is going to hurt Canadians. And I think the more Trump kind of trolls Canada, as though we will eventually become the 51st state, I mean, that would be massive. Just even think about it logically. Canada would have to be broken up into multiple little states if that were to ever come to fruition. And our
don't take this the wrong way. Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't want to be in a state with Ontario. Like,
that's just it. Yeah, we're too vast to be just one state lumped in together. I think Sydney Fassard, our videographer, did a fun little streeter video where he asked Albertans, would you want Alberta to be the 51st state? And so that was lots of fun to see.
We're pretty receptive.
Feedback. Yeah. Well, and I think a lot of Canadians are. I mean, our economy is not doing well. We, as a country, the polling numbers indicate that people despise the Justin Trudeau Liberals.
Yeah.
Any of the runner-ups are equally as despised as Justin Trudeau himself. And we are desperate for a change. And so when you have Canadians suffering, and even things like, okay, we have the tariffs coming in. We also have, as you've mentioned, the increase in the carbon tax coming up on April the 1st. And Canadians are already paying more in taxes than all of their basic necessities combined. This is unprecedented levels of taxation that the Canadian people are living under the thumb of. And so when you have people who are so desperate, who feel so slighted and sidelined by their government, well, then you have the ears of those people to see what can change. And so I think Trump has, he sees all of that.
Yeah. I mean, and of course, we've been living that vibe, as they say, for quite a long time. So that's why we will be, of course, more receptive to that rhetoric. But yeah, we've got so many resources that our government insists on just stranding the asset, which is crazy. I mean, we've got 800 years of the world's cleanest burning coal in Alberta. We can't use it. We can't get pipelines built. We can't get energy approvals. They've slapped an emissions cap on us. And then Justin Trudeau pleads the case of reliable Canadian energy to Donald Trump. And it's like, excuse me? Who do you think you are? You've badmouthed our oil and gas for the 9 years that you've been in office. And before that, you've enabled every thing to strand the asset, and then you say to the Americans, well, you can't tariff us. We've got the energy that you need. Yeah, no, we do. And we would love to have sold them more, but you won't let us.
Oh, hi, it's Ezra Levant here in Toronto with an important message because we need your help. Independent journalism in Canada is under attack. Government censors, big tech deplatformers, and the dying legacy media are all working together to maintain exclusive control on the information you receive. They don't want you to hear other voices like ours, and they really don't want you to be informed and to think for yourself. That's why the work we do here at Rebel News is so important. Our on-the-ground reporting, independent news shows, and special content you won't find anywhere else. It's all designed to give you trustworthy information and alternative viewpoints so you can decide for yourself. We don't get government money, and we are not owned by some big global conglomerate. We're funded by people just like you, so please support independent journalism and help us continue our work by subscribing and becoming a Rebel News Plus member today, right here on the page. Go to rebelnewsplus.com.